Hi everyone. I just wanted to talk about a little bit on this discussion that I was having with my brother. It was on whether multiple programming languages should be learned or not. And this actually touched some very important insights. If you look at first 2 decades of 21st century, learning different languages, be it C, C++, Java or C Sharp or ASP.NET or PHP for web development frameworks, then over time multiple frameworks evolved for front end itself. Then any particular component required their own native languages. For example, ARM languages was required. In schools and universities also these languages were especially taught to students because it was considered that if one knew these programming languages, it was a sure path to successful career in future. This was the case till early 2020s when ChatGPT first launched. And with that started an era of generative AI led by many players such as Google's Gemini, Perplexity's Claude, X's Grok, and multiple disruptive open source players such as Meta's Llama models, Mistral, and DeepSeek, etc. So now let's talk about the present time and try to answer the original question whether multiple programming languages should be learned in today's time. Short answer is no. The long answer is, take my example. I am a native Python developer, never wrote anything in JavaScript, never wrote any front-end framework or any component level programming language. Yet I needed to write a script in JavaScript which I could complete in less than half an hour. And before I could realize it was completed, I actually wrote the front end of my own website using React framework without knowing the language for that. I was using MetaTrader 4 platform for writing my trading strategies for forex trading. It required to write empty query language, which is a component based language itself. I did not know this language, but I could do that within a few hours only. That is the power of generative AI in today's era. So do I need to learn multiple languages? The answer is no. But there is a very important point. You must always remember that these generative AI and large language models, they are not reliable resources. What I mean to say, if proper instructions are not there, they tend to go astray and do anything. So it's very important to spearhead them. So you must know the fundamentals of coding and programming to actually write code with generative AI. So while I say you do not need to learn multiple programming languages, I definitely want to add that you must know the coding fundamentals. Just focus on these concepts of oops, on looping, on conditional statements, multi-threading, concurrency, all those which are the fundamentals of programming and app development. And you should also know what you want to achieve. With that, you can write any code in any language and complete your task in very little amount of time. So I would say the game has changed. In this time, you code less but think more.